Well, there are some scare stories going around the market, and they are scare stories at the moment. They could be as high as £3,000. But as things stand at the
just
current
under
time,
2,000 at the moment.
But as things stand at the current time, based on where wholesale prices are, and based on what we expect, in addition to wholesale prices. So don't forget, every time a supplier goes bust, their customers get taken over by a supplier of last resort, and the credit balances plus any cost that the new supplier takes on are guaranteed to be paid back, and that supplier sends a bill to Ofgem approves it, and the costs then get added back to everybody's bill. So in addition to the wholesale cost, you've got these increased costs of supply failures. Taking all that into consideration, we would expect the price cap to go to above 2,500.
Right.
It's another
so
big
increase. At least £500-600 on from where we currently are.
As things stand,
yeah.
But if the supply situation tightens further, and we found out just yesterday, now with in Ukraine, they're starting to cut off certain supplies from Russia. So whereas we're typically looking at what would Europe do about stopping buying Russian gas, what could the Russians do about cutting off gas as a countermeasure, we now find there's actually a third actor, which is Ukraine in the middle, who is the largest transit network of gas pipelines.
All the gas pipelines
in the world.
Yeah.
Now saying that they're a player, and they could actually force the hand of these two parties by actually slowing down supplies. Now, if we get any disruptions on that side, it could really scare markets, it could spike prices, and the risks are on the upside, I would say, from that. And
I often hear politicians say rather smugly, but we only get 5% of our gas from Russia. That's actually disingenuous, isn't it? Because it's a regional market for gas, and if Germany's paying more for their gas, we're paying more for our gas because we're sort of at the end of the European gas complex, even though most of our or a big chunk of our gas comes from Norway across the Lagerland pipeline. So it strikes me, as long as there's geopolitical upheaval going on, then gas prices are likely to at least stay high. So you are likely to get an increase in that price cap in August.
Announced in August, to increase in October, almost certainly. I mean, theoretically, it is still possible. Theoretically, the price cap could come down. But practically, that would need, a cessation of the war.
We'd need a big fall in wholesale gas prices pretty soon.
And the conditions that would arise from that is almost impossible to imagine, given what's going on in the war in Ukraine. However, the increase is coming, and it's almost certainly going to be in October. And you're absolutely right. Despite the fact that we are not reliant on Russian supplies, because gas is freely traded in open wholesale markets, the price we pay for that, the price we pay for the gas that goes from other supplies, is affected by the whole thing, and that's what's pushing the price up.